In today's Greenland takeover news, a Republican senator just went scorched earth on Trump's point person. Republican voters overwhelmingly said no to the planned aggression. And one-time loyalist Mike Pence just pounded Trump for the reckless pursuit. And a heavy breakdown of all the GOP on Trump brutality for you next. I'm Dan, and welcome to another Occupy Democrats video. To get all of our reports detailing Trump's war on the Constitution and this planned assault on this friendly nation and ally, please hit that subscribe button. Let's begin with Republican Senator Tom Tillis driving a stake through the heart of this guy, the mastermind monster behind most of Trump's invasive moves.
Mr. Miller said that the U.S. government, obviously, Greenland should be part of the U.S. That is absurd. I've got a couple of buddies that call me cranky. You know what makes me cranky? Stupid. What makes me cranky is when people don't do their homework. What makes me cranky is when we tarnish the extraordinary execution of a mission I fully support in Venezuela by turning around and making insane comments about how it is our right to have territory owned by the Kingdom of Denmark. Folks, amateur hour is over. You don't speak on behalf of this U.S. Senator or the Congress. You can say it may be the position of the President of the United States that Greenland should be a part of the United States, but it's not the position of this government because we are a co-equal branch. And if that were to come to pass, there would be a vote on the floor to make it real. Not the surreal sort of environment that some deputy chief of staff thinks was cute to say on TV. So, you want to get me back to thanking the president for all the good things he's doing? Then give him good advice.
So that's a well-informed senator lowering the boom on Trump's plans for Greenland. But surely the less-informed base stands by their man on this issue, right? Well, hold on to your blue britches for just a minute because what's under those red caps just might surprise you. YouGov is reporting that only 15% of Republicans have answered yes to the question, would you support or oppose the U.S. using military force to take control of Greenland? And 60% said no. Trump hasn't seen numbers this bad since his last cholesterol test. But wait, there's more. Trump's former Republican wingman is also hitting him hard over the issue. Watch as Mike Pence basically says, stop the Greenland madness.
Should the United States take Greenland by military force as this administration has threatened? Or do you think that's ridiculous?
Well, you know, I just learned recently that when Secretary of State Seward did the deal to buy Alaska, it's not widely known. He was also made an effort to buy Greenland. And I must tell you, when these conversations came up during our administration, that is clearly the way forward here. There ought to be some long-term financial arrangement that would allow us to acquire that land, just like the Louisiana Purchase, just like Alaska and beyond. And but to answer your question shortly, military involvement, did you say? No. Denmark is a NATO ally. And despite some comments that have been made in the last few days, the fact is that military assault against a NATO ally would require the activation of Article 2, and every NATO ally would be called upon to either drop out of NATO or come to the defense of that country. And that's why you hear some of our very important allies in Europe pushing back on this very loudly. But I fully support the notion of finding a way forward and an arrangement with Denmark.
Purchasing, not invading.
It is satisfying to see Pence and Tillis stepping forward to swat down this Miller-Trump cabal because politics should be put aside when a president treats the Constitution as an inconvenience instead of an obstacle. So I'm glad these once silent enablers found their voices, and let's just hope it's not too little too late. As for the MAGA faithful departing with dear leader over Greenland, it is also satisfying, but it is meaningless. They were used as voting pawns by Trump to seize power, and now their opinions hold no value or influence. And I'll give Pence the final word as he calls out that populism Trump rode into office on that has divided the party.
I would tell you that's the debate within the Republican Party today, whether we're going to stay true to that broad-based conservative agenda of a strong defense, American leadership on the world stage, limited government, fiscal responsibility, the right to life, or whether we're going to follow the siren song of populism and And I think that's an important debate going forward. President Trump has gotten a lot, in my view, in this first year of his new administration right, but there have been aspects of the agenda that represent more of that new right populism, and that's a debate I relish being a part of.